Ladies and gentlemen, the Generation 6 Glock, this in particular being the Glock 45. Guys, if you just want to hear my final thoughts on the Gen 6 Glock, please fast forward to here. I know some of you don't feel like hearing all the mumbo jumbo and what have you, but fast forward a little bit and listen to my final thoughts. Let's get into it. But first off, howdy folks. Thank you for tuning in to Gamer Guns. It's been a minute since I've made a video. Multitude of reasons, primarily a lack of inspiration, as well as it's a crappy time of year to come outside and do things in West Virginia. Seasonal depression is a very real thing. But like I said, Glock 45 Generation 6. I've had this pistol for a couple of weeks now. Wasn't something that I was really interested in purchasing when I first heard of it, but CZP07, my current concealed carry firearm, has a little bit of age on it now, way over 10,000 rounds, and I kind of want to preserve that handgun since CZ discontinued it, and figured it's time to go ahead and pick up a new concealed carry. And I said, what the heck, Glock's never really let me down as far as reliability goes. They've let me down in other realms. But let's start out with what's new. If you haven't already watched 500 Gen 6 Glock reviews, overall ergonomic improvements. You have somewhat of a palm swell texture that goes all the way up the frame, which is really nice. It's not too aggressive. It's not too slick. If you squeeze down on the gun, it bites down into your flesh nice. But if you're carrying it inside the waistband against your soft love handles like me, it's not going to give you that cheese grater effect that other firearms like the M&P tends to give off. So far, around 400, 500 rounds through this guy. Nothing too crazy. I'm not expecting, reliability issues. It is a Glock. The slide serrations here along the front are improved somewhat. They are a little bit deeper, close to the top portion of the slide. That allows you to more easily pinch and rack the slide. You got somewhat of a little thumb ledge here now. Is a nice reference point to kind of let your thumb rest. The trigger is still the same Glock trigger, although the shoe itself is a little bit different. It's a more of a flat trigger. Not sure how I feel about that. The biggest thing, the thing that I think most people were happy to see, is they no longer have the MOS system. This is closer to a direct mount. I am a little concerned about how it comes with little plastic shims similar to the M&P, about how those plastic shims are going to hold up. The recoil lugs don't seem like they're going to do much as far as protecting the screws from recoil. You get great thread engagement from the screws into the slide of the pistol. They redesigned their extractor channel to allow for much deeper engagement from the optic screws into the slide, which is great news. I did torque each screw to 15 inch-pounds per the recommendations from Glock. Blue Loctite and witness marked my screws, so I have been keeping a close eye on those to make sure we're not going to have any issues as far as that goes. It's still a Glock, guys. It's not going to blow your socks off with performance. MSRP on these is supposed to be around $700, but I've seen in my area, central West Virginia, pretty consistently $620 is what these are on the shelf for. Both Bass Pro and Bridgeport Equipment have them at that price. I've seen them at some smaller mom and pop shops for $650-ish, give or take. There are so many nice handguns that you can get in that price range or even below that price range. CZ P10. I know I'm a shill for CZ, but I can't help it. They make great guns. The P10 is exceptional. The P10C ported around $550, and it is an outstanding handgun. They did away with the dual captured spring and went back in time a little bit. This is supposed to be softer. I would agree that it may be a little bit softer, probably 5%, 10% softer, nothing crazy. But there's definitely a little bit of a difference between this and a Gen 5 Glock 45. All right, we have a mag loaded up here of some Herders. Bass Pro Special. Like I mentioned, I do think it might be a little bit softer than a Gen 5 45. That could just be me coping with the fact that I bought another polymer frame 9mm. We got another mag here. We'll go ahead and put some more shots on paper, and then we will close this video out. Last mag, and then I will tell you my final thoughts on the Gen 6. Hard to shoot with gloves. So guys, 6 generations of Glock, and it is still pretty much the same. It does still come with the crappy plastic Glock bucket sights. I don't like that, but I know why they do it. I understand. And they do it because you're not going to make everybody happy. I think when running an optic, you should have raised, completely blacked out irons. Some people would disagree with that. Some people aren't going to want to run a red dot, so they might want a fiber optic front and a blacked out rear, or tritium, or what have you. So I think it's best to just give you these hunks of junk and let you decide what type of sights you want to go ahead and throw on here. Thankfully, the aftermarket for Glocks has always been fantastic. Hopefully, somebody picks up on making some better machined shims for the optics mount. So far, so good with the plastic shim. I don't know how that's going to do in the long run. A Gen 6 Glock, guys. Do I recommend buying one if you already have, a concealed carry that you like, or you already have a Gen 5 set up exactly how you want it? No. I think that's silly. I think that's a dumb way to spend your money. I don't even like to spend my money like that. If it wasn't for wanting to phase out my current concealed carry, I would not have purchased this. There's just so many cool guns on the market, guys, today for $600. I just recently got a 92G Elite Beretta Langdon Tactical collaboration for $700, guys, and it is an absolute rock star of a gun. Super flat, super smooth, gorgeous. For $700, but $80 more than this. For $80 more, you can get that. So far, guys, I'm very pleased with the Gen 6. Pick one up if you have the extra dough. If not, don't sweat it. You're not missing out on a ton. Guys, the world seems to be going to crap more and more every day. And if you truly want to make a difference, the best place to start is in your home. Be a better husband to your wife. Be a better father to your children. Be a better son or daughter to your parents. And most importantly, get to know Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior. I hope you all have a great day. We'll see you.